So with the reverse engineering tools of Solid Edge, we have the ability to create surfaces from a mesh model, and we'd end up with something similar to this where we've got overlapping because it always creates something a little bit larger than what was there. So we've got overlapping edges, so we'd need to go around and trim these back. So there's a Intersect command which allows you to just basically fence select a region and accept that, and then you need to go through and specify which areas that you want to remove. So that's a little bit time consuming. So with the new version we have an extra option which is called auto trim, and this does an analysis to try and work out how you've got you know, a solid or a continuous region generated. So we can toggle through the options, and we can also specify that we want to stitch the surfaces at the end. So once we've accepted that, we ended up with a single stitch surface, and the rest of it has been deleted. So that's one option that has been added into the Intersect command. The other one is the ability to create a solid design body. So if we look here, you can see the mesh model, and that has had a reverse engineering operation applied to it. So it's generated all these extra surfaces, as you can see down here. And to actually clean all this up would take quite a little bit of work. So again, under this Intersect command, we have the ability to create a design body. Now, the process is very similar to the previous one. So we go and select the regions that we're interested in, and it's drawn us something that is it's rough approximation of what you would expect to be the finished component. Now, this also has the ability to specify some extra options. We can sort of just choose regions from here in the list, or we can just select it directly. So we could go in and remove these holes through here, as well as these regions in here. From a previous test on this model, I know that there's a couple of regions in each corner which just needs cleaning up a little bit. So we need to just delete these extra surfaces, otherwise it doesn't give us a clean finished body. And in here we can see that we've got some extra surfaces that we don't really want to include in our finished component. Now at this stage this will go and create the body, but we want to look at the next step as well, which will unite all those regions, and we're going to get it to consume the surfaces so that we don't get left with them behind. So we can then just right mouse click, and we end up with the design body. If we cancel out of here, you'll see that we can then activate this as being our main body, and we are free then to start modifying this as and how we want to complete our design. So you can see that we're now back into design body phase, so we can use the relate commands. We could put an offset on these inside and outside faces to lock them in. If we look carefully, we can see that we've got regions where it's not quite the same height, so we do a little bit of tidy up, but in general the process is a lot quicker in doing this reverse engineering process.